live with MAGGCast tonight. And of course, we normally do this on a Tuesday night, but I was out of town yesterday, so I couldn't do it yesterday. So we are doing it today because I owe it to all of the channel members and all of our friends and fans out there. And of course, as I had said when I first started this channel, I said that if anybody wants a voice and want to get out there, and even fledgling content creators or anything else want to come out and join the party, I will give you a platform to be able to do that so we can talk. You can get your name out there. Listen, tonight, we got a special guest out there. He started a new channel not that long ago, and he's doing great, and his name is Ion Storm. Come check him out. Ion Storm, say hi to all the fine folks out there. And
hello, everyone.
Introduce yourself. Tell us why you got into this, how you got into this, and why you want to do this whole YouTube, this madness called the YouTube career that we get into. So get into it. Introduce yourself. Tell the fine people where you're from.
Well, I'm Ion Storm. I got into this. So I've been into gaming since I was about 4 years old, playing on my dad's Atari 2600, and I got into a little bit of journalism, doing like blogs on GameSpot before the corporate fiends took it over, and I found Colt Eastwood.
Oh, what a mistake! Yeah, carry on.
I was in a dark time in my life, Mag.
You hear that, Colt Eastwood?
No, I was kind of
your next brand.
I went. I'm not going to hide from it. Mental health and all that. I was going through a bad time with my ex-wife and stuff like that. And I found Colt, and it was something to listen to and watch. And it took off from there, watching you and you two doing the show. And I thought, you know what? My kids are old enough now. I'm going to do something for myself. So
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it, folks. You just get out there and do it. Let me tell you something. It took me a long time. The very first person I went on live with was Noof Nukem. And I literally, in those days, I used to smoke pretty steadily. And I was sitting on the back porch of my house, and I must have smoked 5 cigarettes in a row. So nervous just to DM. Can you imagine this? Just to DM Noof Nukem, who is actually now a good friend of mine. And we went out there, and I was like so scared. My wife opens the back door, and she goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm just like, I want to, and I'm like, she's like, "Okay, slow down for a second." She goes, "What are you trying to do?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to reach out to Noof Nukem because I want a guest spot on Gaming After Dark, and I've never done this before. I'm super nervous. My hands were sweaty just like texting, right?" And can you imagine this? And so finally he reached back to me and he's like, well, him and I played Gears of War together. We played Borderlands together. And then I just kind of, just jumped in there. And then he goes, yep, you're on. Let's do this. When I went on to do the show, I peed 8 times before the show started. Cause you get that nervous pee and I just kept peeing and peeing and peeing and peeing. And then I finally sat down on the show and there was 80 people in the chat or something like that, 85 people in the chat. And I was so nervous that I couldn't even hold the mouse on my controller because my hands were going like this, right? They were just shaking. And now I'm doing shows in front of 15, 20,000 people. And then even the stuff on my channel now, and now it's like nothing. It's like breathing. You're just like, yeah, you're here now. And then, the complications with all this come other things, because we're going to get into this tonight. I'm going to get into this a little bit later when I go into my little bit of a rant. But we're going to talk about the negative side of YouTube. And, I talked about that a lot on Monday with Colt Eastwood. First and foremost, before we get into anything, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. And the first person in the chat was the German master himself. Cold Blood Sensei is in the chat. We've got Zone Dateless in there. What's going on, everybody? We've got Top Gamer. We got Sotness, Talos Ray, K-Rock. What's up, dude? Love that name. Ben Angelo's in the chat. Sotness is there. We got I already said Talos Ray, but I'll say him again. We got Loops. What's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? I just need Joey Abs in the chat to get things going. We got 15 people here live right now, and that will grow. That will grow, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
And we will talk about that. But while I've got Ion Storm here, we have to start talking. I mean, did anything happen this week? I think it was a slow news week. It's not like there was a big show or anything, right? Yeah.
Oh, just a little thing called Gamescom.
Yeah, it's nothing. There's no news there. Bad Temper 80 Storm, what's up, guys? Okay, so let's get into that. Let's get into Gamescom right away. Let's not waste any time. Let's talk about some of the highlights of the things that we saw day 1 and going into day 2. I'll start with you. I want you to give me, if you can, 5 of your highlights that you've seen so far from Gamescom, and go.
5. Oh, obviously, big one. Resident Evil Requiem. That
Woo!
looks insane.
Yep.
Ninja Gaiden. Chronos: The New Dawn.
Really interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
good pick. Good pick.
That cosplay on stage. Yes, please.
Yeah. More of that, folks.
I'd
More
wear
of that.
I'd wear that riding my motorcycle. Also, Chronos, Resident Evil, Ninja Gaiden, Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F did look good. That really did look good. So there, what's that? 4? Oh, 5th.
Come on, Bad Temper, hit it. We talked about it before the show. Let's see if you can name it. We talked about it briefly. I'll give you a hint. He wears a costume.
Oh, Mr. Lego Batman.
There we go, folks. Let's break it down. Hey, Cameron, what's up, buddy? Yes, he is from the UK, as a matter of fact. And, of course, I hail from Canada. And so, yes, we were doing a little cross-the-pond MAGGCast here tonight. Yes, we're going to talk about the things. There's some other things we're going to talk about. But first and foremost, let's talk about the games. Because we're all here for the games, right? I got to say the same thing. Lego Batman was definitely up there. That was incredible. First of all, I wasn't even expecting that. I didn't even know that was coming out. Did you even know it was coming out?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Nothing.
And I was more surprised that, Loops, we're going to get into that too. But I got to tell you, man, I was shocked. I was like, what the hell is this? And what I thought it was, and I was disappointed at first when I thought about it, I thought it was just like a collection. You know how they did like the Lego what was it, the Skywalker Legacy collection, whatever the hell it was. And I'm like, I know that they were like new games, so to speak, but it was just rehashing the same thing over and over, right? So I'm like, all right, well, I've played all of this because the Lego Star Wars trilogy, then the sequel trilogy, and then all the other games in between. Skywalker Saga, that's what it was called. And I was just like, man, it's gonna be the same, me. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we added stealth. I'm like, Lego stealth? Who does that? That's amazing. I mean, don't the Lego characters make some funny noises when they walk? Like people are gonna hear that. The clink clunk, clink clunk, clink clunk of like Batman walking up. So they added stealth. They added Arkham style combat.
Yeah, it reminded me. He did literally put a Lego skin on the Arkham series.
Yes, exactly. And then that's what they should have done instead of Suicide Squad, just to be quite honest. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they wasted all those years and those hundreds of millions of dollars doing Suicide Squad when they could have been making that instead with all of their expertise. Yeah, Rocksteady. Well, yeah, Rocksteady didn't do it, so someone else had to get on it, right? But, hey, Cameron, those were great games, man. Lego Indiana Jones was fantastic, and Batman on the 360 back in those days. I loved those games. Yeah, I'm going to give you my list. So that was 1, Batman. That was fantastic. That is a day one purchase for me that I really didn't expect to happen. Now, I got to ask you, because I don't have the other screen in front of me. Did they give a release date for the Batman game?
I don't think they did.
They didn't? Chat, do you know if there's anything different? Let me know. Let me know if they gave a release date. If not, then whatever. But either way, I'm going to go with Batman. That was the biggest shock to me. I was surprised to hell from that. Another one, obviously, the granddaddy of them all for me, it's got to be Resident Evil. And I watched half. And this is not, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a fraud thing, okay? I'm not being a fraud, so you can't kick me out of my own show.
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
That's right, frauds. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I did not do that. I only watched half because I didn't want to be spoiled. And I like to go into a Resident Evil game as fresh as a virgin. I don't want to know all the goings on and this and that. I want to go in there completely blind, well, at least half blind, and just be able to go in there and say, hey, look it. There's a whole new world to discover. Let's discover it bit by bit. Every single room, every detail, everything that you can interact with. I want to see that. And the only one that I actually really did play like a demo for was in Village. You remember the one? It was about the, what was it? Like she was like the maid or something?
Yeah, I kind of saw it. Or
like a chambermaid or some shish kebab like that, you know? I don't know, something like that. Yeah, so like I played that because that really wasn't like part of the story. It was like supplemental to the story, very similar to Resident Evil 7 when they had the other one. Remember Resident Evil 7? They had the other one where it was the cameraman. They had like that, you know, like those That's right.
Like a
those
VHS tape horror.
Yeah. That was awesome. And it was kind of like a Ghost Hunters kind of thing, right? They went in there with their little camera and they're like, come on, dude, get over here, man. Get the camera over here. And I was like, that was so awesome. And actually, Loops, Ion Storm does not look like Nick Frost. He is Nick Frost, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. He is Nick Frost. He just didn't want to be, bombarded by fans and everything else, especially Ion Storm. I was very happy with your portrayal in How to Train Your Dragon. I thought you were fantastic in that movie. I really liked the horns on your head. They was really great. I've
been called worse.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, man, that's it. He does look like Nick Frost. It's kind of funny. But anyways, that was the big one, right? Resident Evil. Of course, we had Silent Hill F, which is the weirdest name of a game ever. But my God, I'm all in on the Silent Hill. And but the thing is, I've got so much going on when that game comes out. I think I'm going to push that till Black Friday. And of course, I don't know. I'm assuming the UK does not have a Black Friday. Canada, you do? That's amazing. I did not know that. I was going to buy that game on Black Friday because I might get it for like $10 off, $15 off. But yeah, that's right. That's right. Sotness just nailed it. Look at it. Silent Hill F around and find out. What a perfect name. You get the award for possibly the greatest name in video game history right there. We got to get a hold of it.
I'll let the world know.
Yeah.
When the Americans sneeze, we get a cold. So yeah, we've got Black Friday.
That's amazing. See, and the funny thing is, we never had Black Friday because in Canada, Thanksgiving here is in October. And the American Thanksgiving is always the third Thursday of the month or whatever it is. Yeah, it's the third Thursday of every month. Every month, geez. Can you imagine if they had Thanksgiving every month? Holy mackerel, no one would be able to walk. It was the third Thursday of every month. And then, of course, the day after is Black Friday. So it did make sense in Canada because our Thanksgiving is like 5 weeks, almost 6 weeks before the Americans. But retailers obviously are going to be like, well, let's find another way to get everybody to spend all their goddamn money before Christmas comes. So they introduced Black Friday up here in Canada. And of course that translates to game sales, digital sales, and physical sales. So I will wait for Silent Hill F then because we are going to get absolutely swamped. Like it already started. I mean, we got Mafia, we've got Gears of War and Helldivers next week. We've got right into Borderlands 4, and then from Borderlands 4 goes right into Ghost Yote, goes right into Battlefield 6, goes right into Little Nightmares 3. That's my big one. Silent Hill F is in the mix, which I'm going to push a little bit out, and then it goes right into Call of Duty, and then into Outer Worlds 2. What is happening? Like, there's only so many hours in the day.
And all that while doing content creation on YouTube.
Well, yeah, I know it helps in that respect. It's amazing, but it really helps with that because you're like, holy crap! They're just like they got the sausage factory just cranking out these games, and you're like, you can't keep up. But so that's another big one for me. So Silent Hill F was another big one. I also have to say there was the honorable mention for me was the Order of the Giants, Indiana Jones on September 4th. I did not expect it to be that soon, and I think that's going to be great. I did the zone. Hang on a second. We're getting there. We're going to talk about John Carpenter a little bit in a minute. As a huge horror buff, we're going to get into that. I know that's the second time someone's mentioned RT Reviews is talking about John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. We will get into that. So there's that one. I was amazed by the Indiana Jones situation. Then there's the other one. It's also another Capcom one of mine. I don't know how you feel about this, Iron Storm. Tell me about, do you have any feelings towards Onimusha, Way of the Sword?
Yeah, I played all of the originals.
Yep.
They are... In fact, if I was to be perfectly honest, I prefer, at the time, back in the day, I was more the Onimusha side than I was the Resident Evil side.
Interesting. All right. That's good, yeah, because I gotta say, I played both equally. Like I would, because they go back and forth, and they would have the Resident Evil would come out, and then an Onimusha would come out, then a Resident Evil come out. Because I remember there was the original trilogy of Onimusha, and I loved every single one of them. Just adored them.
What was that French actor that was in one of them?
Yeah. He was in the third one.
Yeah.
He was The Professional. Remember the movie The Professional?
Yeah, he was in Godzilla as well.
That's right. What the hell's his name? All right, chat, you're going to have to help us out. Okay, he was the French actor. He was the professional in the movie Le Professional. You guys remember that movie? It was an amazing movie. No women, no children. Yeah. And he was awesome in that. And he actually starred in the third game. Jean Reno, Infinite Hero, wins the grand prize. It was Jean Reno. That's right. So Jean Reno was in the third Onimusha game. Fantastic game. He had that gigantic hammer and just bang. And like, oh man, it was great. So I was all for that. Now we're going to get into Zone. Talked about it. Metal Gear Solid 3. That's another one that I completely forgot that is literally launching in the middle of all those games I just talked about. I don't know how we can do all this. Or never mind, afford it. Like, I mean, because these are all full price games we're talking about here. The only one that's going to Game Pass, for example, if you have a subscription service, is Gears of War. And Outer Worlds 2, that's and Call of Duty, but that's way down the line. I'm talking about this like 1 month window where we've got like 5 or 6 big bangers coming out. Call of Duty Outer Worlds is in November, and so they will get those will be on Game Pass. Gears of War is on Game Pass, but everything else, dude, you're paying out the nose for it. So yeah, it's going to be a situation. So
and how are we supposed to do that with all the back catalogs as well? Because I've got games. I've got Alan Wake 2 that I bought on sale and haven't even started it yet. Yep. So you're just like, when?
I got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I played 1 hour because I just wanted to see how it ran on the PS5 Pro. So I had that, and I was like, all right, this is awesome. I'll get back to it. Fast forward 2 months. I haven't touched it. I haven't gone back to Death Stranding 2. I have to get back to that one as well. And it's just, see, Infinite Heroes got it right. Just wait and pay less. Yeah, that is normally what I do. However, there's something that has to be said when you're doing content creation and you're doing reviews and you want to talk about these games or whatever. You also want to be in the conversation. So as a result of that, you can't... What? Noisy mofo, forget it, man. You know that Resident Evil is my weakness. It's going to happen no matter what.
Me and Noisy Mofo were actually talking on my live stream yesterday.
Were you?
And I said that we should get you to live stream Chronos: The New Dawn and see whether or not you scream like a girl playing it, because that game looks scary as hell.
I don't even know if I could do it. I don't even know if I have the time. Like this week, for example, I'm a day behind because I missed the show yesterday, MAGGCast yesterday, because I was out of town, and now I'm back. I have to finish Mafia. And for the channel, because a lot of people are saying, Mag, we need you to go back and finish Mafia and Silent Hill 2, which I put on hold because in the middle of Silent Hill 2 was when my wife had her unfortunate situation. So I had to drop all gaming for 2 weeks. And as a result of that, Silent Hill 2 fell behind. So I was kind of, I'm trying to play catch up because next week, PlayStation and Xbox fans together we'll be playing Helldivers and Gears of War. I expect to see everybody. By the way, I added over 230 new channel members, not channel members, excuse me, 230 new people added me on Xbox. It was 117 or 118 on Monday. From Monday to today, it's now up to 230 people on Xbox. So I expect every single one of you guys to be playing Gears of War or Helldivers or both, and I will be there with bells on. So but I will not always be playing on Xbox. I will be playing on Xbox when I'm doing solo. If my wife is involved, I will be playing on the PS5, which it should make a difference anyway, because if you're friends, you got me. It's I am the Mag, all capitals. You can find me anywhere. I was playing, like, for example, actually, Ion Storm. We're going to talk about this briefly before we get to Gamescom back again. Battlefield 6. I was doing the beta. Absolutely love it. Dan Stevens, what's up, dude? And what ended up happening is I was playing on one squad. It was like 4 of us in the squad. One dude was on Xbox, one dude was on PC, and 2 guys were on PS5, myself being one of them, right? And I'm like, this is what it should be. That's what it should be. I like to see that all the communities playing together, having a great time, and I expect the same thing for, like I said, for Helldivers and Gears. I expect to see the same thing for Borderlands. I'm assuming you buy the games, right? And then, like, that's the way it goes. Simon the Pie Man has entered the chat. Funky Playbox, what's up, dude? And so anyways, that's what ends up happening there too. So I'm like, I loved to see that. I love to see that. PC, Xbox, PlayStation, all on a squad together, having a great time. That's what we should be doing. Not fighting, not sending people death threats because they say something or whatever. You know what I mean? And all this nonsense. It's ridiculous. So anyways, back to Gamescom. Sorry, that was just a little side tangent I wanted to get in there. A lot of people are talking about this Chronos game as being one of their highlights as well. I was interested. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. I'm just kind of being like, all right, cool. All right, that's cool. But there's one you forgot there, Iron Storm. Silk Song. The big story of the day was Silk Song. They finally said,
not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea.
No.
Okay. All right. No, fair enough. But that was a big announcement. And of course, it's also coming to Game Pass. And the reason why I didn't mention it in the original thing there, because they said it's 2025, but they didn't say when. They just said they assure us it's 2025. Unless something changed. Chat, help me out. Did they say something? Did they confirm anything other than 2025? Do you know anything about it? So Iron Storm is not interested in it. What about the rest of you guys? What do you guys think?
Well, Infinite Hero saying in the chat, I think he's fallen asleep when you said Silk Song.
Oh my God. Infinite Hero, why do you got to do that? Come on, man. Anyways, it's going to be, it's going to be a big game. Everybody's talking about it. Hollow Knight's been missing for 7 years or something like that. And so it's like, now this game has come back. It's here. So that was another big announcement. Now, let's talk about the big announcements in terms of hardware. There was the one funny one. I thought it was funny. Was the PS5 Pro? The PS5 increasing in price by $50. It wasn't really a Gamescom announcement. It's not like they came out and they said, "Hey guys, thank you for coming to Gamescom. We're raising the prices." I mean, it was announced, but it wasn't really part of the show. The one thing Sony did announce was the co-op multiplayer thing that they're going to be doing for Ghost of Yotei.
I did not see that.
Oh, you didn't see that? Okay,
No.
They showed that, and I was like, okay, I'm interested. However, it's not really my thing. I mean, to be quite honest, when I play PlayStation games, I'm playing the single player experiences that I want to play. Just me and the screen and my headphones or whatever, right? And I tried the first Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer. It's not bad. It's good. It's just not what I'm there for. I'm there to play that single player experience. Same thing with Uncharted. You remember Uncharted had the multiplayer or whatever components added onto it?
I will let you in on something, Mag.
Yeah,
I haven't
go for
touched a PlayStation since the PS2.
What? You haven't touched a PlayStation to the PS2?
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Out of here, Iron Storm. I'm just kidding, Iron Storm. I'm just kidding. But
it was one of them, when Microsoft first announced that Xbox.
Yes.
It was. I had both. And then it was like everything shifted. There wasn't the exclusives at that point. And even if there were, they were still multi-plat. It was back when everything was everywhere. And then everything started going exclusive. And I just had to pick one console.
Yeah. Oh, no, fair enough. Hey, listen, dude, I was there too. And I was there all the way up until, well, okay, to be fair, when I had the PS2, at that time, I couldn't afford an Xbox. Because I was still fledgling in my career. I was still within the first decade of my career and whatever else. And so I wasn't married yet. I was still single. You know what I mean? And people would think, oh, you're not married, you're single. You must have lots of money. No, it just means there's nobody else helping you with the payments. It means that you're doing all that by yourself. So I didn't have a lot of money for that stuff, but I bought the 360. And when I got the 360, a couple of years into the generation, they had this deal over at GameStop. In those days, it was called EB Games. You remember that for my fellow Canadians out there? It was called EB Games. And what happened was they had this deal that if you traded in 10 games, because in those days it was all physical, right? Well, not all physical, but most people were still buying physical and trading them in and buying new games with that. And it said, if you trade in 10 games, new games, modern games, whatever, you can get a PS3 for free with Uncharted bundled in it. I swear to God, I'm not even making that up. It was a very small, a very short deal, but it was a couple of years into the generation, and then they were already doing the PS3 was already doing a remodel from the George Foreman grill, and they were making a smaller one or whatever. So it was the George Foreman grill ones that they were doing as this promotion because they wanted to move the old hardware out before the new PS3 models came in. So I actually got the PS3 with Uncharted for free by trading in a shit ton of my Xbox 360 games. So technically I didn't buy it. It was given to me. And then once Xbox One and PS4 came along, then I was able to afford both consoles and on and on and on and on and on, right? And then all the way fast forward to today, and here we are, right? So, yeah. El Nini, what's up, dude? And Valorian's in the chat, too. Yep.
I've actually still got my original Xbox with a load of games.
That's fantastic. And you know what? Never get rid of your heart. If you can keep it, If you can keep the hardware, always keep the hardware and keep those hard copies of games, because the thing is, that's not only is it a rarity, but it's also those moments where unless they find a way to online tinker, those games can't really can't be tinkered with too much, right? So it gets to that point where like you can't have these guys going in there like, oh well, we're gonna block this word, that's not appropriate anymore, or do this and that or whatever. They can't do that to your physical copies. And that's important. It's important for, like, you know, when they talk about preservation of games, movies is another one. Did you know that, by the way, speaking of movies, did you know that they actually did a lot of that nonsense with movies now, that if you buy an older movie, they will block out certain words, certain scenes or whatever. They went back and did all that stuff. And I'm like, that wasn't in the original. I'm like, what the hell happened there or whatever? And that's, you know what I mean? And so they tinker with this stuff for political reasons, for whatever bullshit reasons. And that pisses me off, because these things are, they're works of art in their own way. And they have to be looked at and respected in that way, whether you agree with it or not, or if it's inappropriate or not. That's not the point. The point is,
how is that going to help Bambi?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And like they even did that with E.T., for example. E.T., they digitally removed all the guns when the cops come out when the ship first crash lands, and they're all out with their guns and stuff. They digitally removed the guns and added flashlights instead. Like, what? And Spielberg actually signed off on that. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, that was not the film. I know it doesn't really change the film, but it's the point. Right? And video games are no different. A video game is still a work of art. It's no different than a painting on a wall or a sculpture or anything else. It's something that's out there, and I don't think it should be tampered with. That's just my opinion. But let's get it. Yeah, see, Spielberg later admitted that was a mistake. Of course he did. Of course he did. So anyways, let's talk about Gamescom again. Sorry, guys, when you're on a MAGGCast, you know I'm going to go off on 16 different tangents. This is how it goes, man. This is how I talk. This is how my brain works. It's like a three-ring circus up here. Let's go back into Gamescom and let's talk about it. So the PS5 is raised in price, $50. Not a surprise. Now I want to ask you, Ironstorm, do you think it's because of the of the tariffs, because they're coming from Japan? Is that the situation, or is it because they know GTA 6 is around the corner, Call of Duty's around the corner, Battlefield 6 is around the corner, and they know they're going to sell a shit ton of PS5s, and they're just like, nah, raise the price or whatever?
I reckon it's a bit of both.
Bit of both. Okay, that's kind of where I'm sitting as well.
On the joke side of it, maybe it's to pay for the Age of Empires port from Xbox.
Well, yeah, that's great. Good. So there might be that. There could also be, what I'm also thinking is a little bit of politics, like when we're talking about the tariffs. A little bit of the greed in there, because they know they're going to sell a ton in the next year, especially with GTA 6 coming out and all that kind of stuff. And of course, the games come out in the fall. However, if I'm not mistaken, like for example, Call of Duty is still available on the old consoles. Is that correct? I believe that's correct.
I don't know, but as I said to you, that blue number on her live stream yesterday.
Yep.
To me, Call of Duty's done nothing for me for this year.
Well, we're going to talk about that after we're finished with the hardware talk right now. So we're going to do that, but we're definitely going to get into that. But either way, you got the tariff situation because they're coming from Japan. Now, of course, I understand that there was a point there where they didn't raise the prices because they had a stockpile of hardware that they had shipped before preemptively because of the possibility of tariffs coming in, and maybe they've run out of that stock, or maybe they're just completely full of shit and they're just going to sell everything for $50 more to make more money. I would say it's a whole lot of all of that. So yeah, I don't know.
It could also be that they're pulling a Microsoft.
Well, yeah, there's that too. But the Microsoft thing still is a little bit shocking to me. But I mean, I've said it on XNC, and I'll say it right here. I think that the reason why Microsoft raised their prices is because I think they just want to push everybody to PC.
Or they're pushing us to this next-gen console.
Or, yeah, and that too. Yeah, and they're just like, yeah, no. Give up on that. Charge more money for that. Let's move everybody all. Let's move every. Yeah, okay. Hey, Zeus, thank you very much, brother. He said Call of Duty is still on PS4. So that means it'll be on PS4 and the Xbox One. That's insane.
That is insane.
They got to let it go, man. It's 2025, for Christ's sake. I mean, it's 5 years into the next gen. Or the current gen, whatever, right?
The games are constantly suffering with being on previous generation.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Johnny T?
How can we advance?
Yeah. You can't.
And move things forward when we're still having to
Well, look at the
Catered
difference.
to it.
Let me ask you this, and I don't want to get into I am going to get into it. What the fuck? I'm going to get into it. Look at the difference between Battlefield 6, which is current gen only, and what they showed yesterday from Call of Duty. From what I saw,
Battlefield 6 all the way.
Battlefield is like you could see the difference, right? See, Johnny T, I feel for you, man. Listen to what he said. He goes, I went to a strip club and the Asian lady charged me because of tariffs. You see what happens, ladies and gentlemen? Even the lap dances have tariffs now. Now, instead of $20 for a dance for each song, now they're going to be charging $22 for that. Unbelievable. You see what happens, guys? You guys got to get it. We got to get it together. We got to work on this. So then what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to support your local strippers that are from either Canada, the UK, or the United States, and make sure that you shop at home, folks, so that you can support your own economy. So make sure you ask your strippers for their driver's licenses and their passports to make sure that they are from where you are, and then you're supporting our economy, and on top of that, you're not going to get charged tariffs. So yes, an extra $1 for each boob. So anyways, that's how it's good. And you don't want to have the three-titted lady from Total Recall. She's going to charge you an extra $6 for those. Unreal. Anyways, so let's get back into it. So that's what's going on with the Sony situation. They raised the price of the console, and I'm like, all right. Now, there was a couple of funny retorts online, and it's this guy's console warring, but I still got a giggle out of it. The dude's like, nah, this won't affect anybody because everybody already has one. And I was like, oh. And I was like, all right, that was funny. But I try to stay away from all that shit now. It's not worth it, dude. It's not worth it. So there's that. Then, chat, I'm sure you guys want to know. Yeah, Mag's still charging $20 for lap dances. Dude, I charge $25. You should see my moves, man. I don't mess around. Failed Wizard, what's up, dude? So here's the thing. The ROG, Xbox Ally, and the Ally X were finally shown. Hands-on demos. You got to see the thing. Jez Corden, shout out to my boy Jez out there. He was out there showing it, playing it. We had Paris out there, my friend Paris out there. He was out there playing it. He's out there in Germany as well. I'm sure Kay Asante is going to get his hands on it too. I know he flew out there. He made the flight out to Germany. So that's all out there in the wild. And of course, let's talk about the prices. So what are the prices in the UK?
Prices for it. I saw the release date. I didn't see the prices.
Okay, I have the two prices. And boy, how weird is that? It was exactly what I reported 2 months ago. But I thought the mag is a fraud. I thought he doesn't know what he's talking about. Unbelievable. $599 and $899. $599 for the base model. $899. These are US dollars, excuse me. So $599 US for the base model. $899. That's $900 US for the Xbox ROG Ally X. So I converted it into Canadian, and boy, oh boy, is it going to be painful if you want to buy it up here. It is 1,000. The base one is 600, 700. It's $850, $860 for the base here in Canada. And of course, the other one, which is the Big Daddy, it is $1,450 in Canada for the other one. That is tax included in Ontario. Sorry, I added tax because it's not like you can avoid it. You got to pay tax. So those are the two prices in Canada for them with tax included. $850 for the base model, $1,450 for the ROG Xbox Ally X. Now, for me personally, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I don't really need a handheld because I work minutes from my house. And of course, whenever I come home, I come down to my studio down here to the arcade, and guess what? I've got all my consoles right here. So I don't really travel that much. So for me, it's not really a thing I'm going to spend the money on. I did buy a Portal, but it was less than $200. And of course, I got the Nintendo Switch 2, but that was mostly for the kids. And that cost me less than $300 with all the trade-ins. So I actually did pretty good there. I can't personally justify $1,450 because listen, if you're gonna buy one, you want to buy the better one. You want to buy the bigger one with the you want to spend
the money. You go buy cheap, buy twice.
Right, exactly. There you go. Right, it's like buying a pair of pants. Don't buy a cheap pair of pants. Buy a good pair of pants that'll last you twice as long. So it's the same idea, and I can't justify that price for myself. But What about you? Is there any inkling that you want to do any of this?
No, I've never been a handheld. I think it's very much like the VR, very much a niche market. Only hardcore are going to be aiming for that handheld.
Yes, I would think so, especially at those prices. Hold on a second. The Bean, by the way, welcome to the chat, buddy. He's saying the white one is $559, not $599. I got to look into that now. ROG Xbox Ally prices. This is the Ally 2. Hold on, we got to find this here. To launch in Canada in October. Yeah, something like that. Okay, well, I'm trying to find it here, but it's showing me only Canadian prices, right? So I'm trying to see. The Canadian price I already mentioned. But, okay, here we go. Oh, no, Xbox. God damn it, wrong one. There we go. All right, let's see how much... Yeah, so of course they don't have the price on the Microsoft on the page. But I have to look that up separately. Chat, can anybody corroborate that it's $559 or $599? And Gorilla's actually, hey, Gorilla Tactics, what's up, dude? For extended sessions, I would imagine you would plug it in. However, I did hear, which that Jez was saying, you could plug it actually into your TV and play it just like that.
Yeah, I'd heard that.
Yeah, so you could do that. So essentially, it's not just a handheld; it's also a handheld and not a dockable console, but a plug-in console, right? So you can still play it on your TV. So that's actually really cool. So if you want to do that, that actually would turn into a very powerful home console of sorts, right? So I'm like, okay, well that actually works.
It's still cloud, isn't it? It's still there's no physical copies going to be used on it, so you're kind of limited to what you can use it with.
Yeah. It's still limited in some respects now. Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of stuff. Hey, Zankiel, what's up, buddy? He's saying, hey, Mag, I finally made it one of your live shows. Thank you very much. I still seeing Noisy Mofo saying $5.99. Voyager88 is saying $5.49. The Bean is saying $5.49. Bruh Man from the Fifth Flow. What a name. That's a great name. I can't say that every time. I'm just going to call you Bruh Man. He says, pulled the prices off the website. I think it was $550 and $900 here in the U.S. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so it's got to be it because the people have spoken. It seems to be that it's going to be $550, $549, and $899. So yeah, there it is. Okay, so Zone saying the same thing. So my mistake. It's $549 and $899. So either way, it's a little bit pricey for me. I have everything I require right here. Like I said, I've got my consoles lined up here. I've got my Xbox Series X. I've got my PS5 Pro. I got a Series S, right? I don't need anything else. I can access everything right there. Me personally, I'm just going to wait for next gen. You know what I mean? What about you?
I'm in the same boat as you. But the other bit that I've hit, obviously, was announced at Gamescom was the GeForce Now.
Oh, right. Yeah, a lot of people talk about that, like MM2K, Coldblood's buddy there. And my buddy, too, Shinobi Games. I did give you that.
Upgrading at no extra cost to the 50 series cards.
Right.
And they're doing play your own games through GeForce Now?
Yes.
If it's got the option. Why do you need anything else?
No, you don't. And like I was saying before, MM2K, he's a big component of, he talks about that all the time. He really supports it and everything else. He's always talked about that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But I'm just not into the PC thing. I can't get into it. It's not that I can't figure it out. It's just, I just don't, this is going to sound so weak. It's going to sound fraudulent at best, but I just can't tinker, man. I'm not into tinkering. And I don't even like tinkering on YouTube, for Christ's sake. I like to keep it simple, even though I got 3 screens going at once here to do the show.
There is one good thing about GeForce Now, though, Mag.
All right, what's that?
You don't need to tinker.
Okay, so how do you do it? Explain it to me. Me. Like,
obviously, if you're going onto the GeForce Now app, you're starting up the game. It's already setting every single graphical element to ultra, so you don't need to touch anything.
Okay.
So you get to play it with all the bells and whistles turned on.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, that's it? Well, that sounds a lot simpler. That might be something I can explore in the next couple of years. Because, like I said, I'm not doing anything now. I'm literally all set for hardware, at least until 2027. So I'm not going to think about that. I mean, a meteor could hit us next year, and then we won't even be thinking about next gen, as we're all going to be like in loincloths running around hunting squirrels to eat, right? So who the hell knows what's going to happen in the next 2 years? But either way, I'm set for hardware till fall 2027. So that being the case, see, what do you mean? What do you mean no twerking, Marsh? There's got to be twerking. He says no tinkering, no twerking. How do you think I make $25 a lap dance? What are you, crazy? You got to twerk. Marsh, that's great. So anyways, yeah. So there's the big stories there. We got him out of the Gamescom. Is there now the other one I want to talk about? There's a lot more controversial. Is Call of Duty. Now I know that some of the first of all, I will say it right away. I thought the trailer was absolute shit. I'm just saying it like I say it because I watched that trailer. And I'm sitting there like this with my hand on my head going, what the fuck did I just watch? I'm like, and I got to tell you, I've played every Call of Duty, and I'm going to be playing this one. I've already talked to some people in the community. They're all like, Meg, this is co-op campaign. We got to do this together. I'm like, of course we'll do it together. I'm like, I'll be on there. I'll be playing. I got Game Pass. I'll be playing it. And I'll be playing the multiplayer as well. But I'm just saying, from someone looking in from, with a discerning eye, this did not do anything for me. I'm sitting, and like I said, the one Call of Duty that I absolutely detested, single player, was Black Ops 3. I hated that game with every fiber of my soul. That campaign was so awful. It was dog water at best. You remember that shit when they had like the ghosts? And because I know it was all the psyche shit. They're like, oh, there's psyche this and there's ghosts. I'm shooting ghosts. And then they disappear in clouds of like black clouds. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Can I just play Call of Duty with here's me, there's you, you're going to die because I'm shooting you for whatever reason. I need to follow the captain from point A to B and we're doing a story. That was just, I understand it was like, oh, it was going to be a mind fuck, that kind of thing. But I'm like, no, it didn't do it for me. Now, mind you, Black Ops 3 multiplayer was fun. And there's zombies. I say Black Ops 3 Zombies might have been one of the best zombies I've ever played. One of them, anyway. That was the one that took place in the 50s. It was done like a film noir. You remember that one?
Vaguely remember it.
Oh, it was so good. I played that for literally 100+ hours because I couldn't stop playing the zombies because it was that good on Black Ops 3. The rest of, the multiplayer was good. And then, but the story, no. And this reminded me of that. Now, I got to get into some controversy here, is that there's other big channels running it with it now, right? Some of the big channels I saw them doing it, talking about tonight. Geeks and Gamers are out there talking about it. They have their RK Outpost is on tonight. That's Ryan Kinnell. And these guys have 600, 700,000 subscribers, right? So these are bigger channels. And they're talking about Call of Duty getting ratioed to oblivion. I don't know if you saw that. So and even actually some news articles were talking about it. They're saying that the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 trailer had 33 million views and only 13 million views and 33,000 likes, 165,000 downvotes.
Ouch.
It got ratioed into oblivion.
Somebody passed Activision the Microsoft rake.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is a troll, but for me, I was like, this ain't it. Now, I'm not going to judge anything. I'm not going to be that kind of a douchebag. I'm not going to judge 2 months before the game comes out. That's not fair to the game, and it's not fair to the developers, right? We don't know.
Developers.
That's right. We're not going to disrespect the developers here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to disrespect the developers. What we're going to do is we're going to give it its time, let it come out, play the beta, and play the game, and then make a decision from there. Like I said, I'm not investing $70 into this game. I'm getting it on Game Pass. It's right there.
Same.
After day 2 or 3, when I play the game, then I could say, okay, this was dog shit or whatever, or it's fantastic and they just didn't show it well or whatever. I'm going to, I'm going to keep an open mind and just say, okay, but from what I saw, if you're just going to ask me a simple question, say, what did you think? I thought it was not good. That's all I'm going to say. I just thought it was not good.
I did not rate it. at all.
Yeah. Okay, so we're
don't
obviously
know
not alone here. Chad, help me out, man.
I don't know if it's because I've got Battlefield rose-tinted glasses on, but it did nothing for me. I like more grounded shooters.
Right.
I'm playing Ready or Not on the Xbox at the moment. I don't need this mind-trippy sci-fi stuff. I'm done with that. That was back in the 2000s. We did all that.
Yeah, they did that there, and then is it going to be like those I don't know what they call it, thrust jumping, all that shit is going to be like set in the future. I know it's set a little bit after the events of Black Ops 6, which is a wonderful game, by the way. Love the story, love the campaign. Game. Yeah, great game. Love the campaign. The zombies was hit and miss, but I played a lot of zombies. I still put about 30 something hours into the zombies, so it's not like I didn't give it a good old college try. The Black Ops 6 multiplayer was excellent until they started with all the Fortnite-ification stuff. That's when it got stupid. But the thing is, by the time all that came out, I already dropped it. Because let's face it, the majority of players that play Call of Duty, you're always going to have the dedicated fan base of millions of people that will continue to play it all the way till the next Call of Duty, right? That's always the way it's going to be. But generally, the public, by about month 2 or 3, they kind of drop off and they move on to something else, right? Like, unless you're like really like laser focused and hardcore into that. But yeah, that's basically what I was seeing there. Yeah, it didn't really do anything for me. Another honorable mention, we could get back into Call of Duty later. Another honorable mention at the show was Ninja Gaiden, of course. Ninja Gaiden 4.
Insane.
Yeah, that's going to be something else. I mean, that's going to be one of those, like, to me, Ion, tell me about it. Tell me what you thought about it.
I just thought they were going back to how Ninja Gaiden should have been.
All right,
it kind of been diluted over the years, and that just looked like they'd gone back to basics, and yeah, I can't wait to play that.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be a big one too, and that's also on Game Pass. Me, like a doorknob, like 20 minutes ago, talking on the show, saying, "Oh yeah, well, there's this," and then every once in a while, you look at the chat, and they're like, "Mag, you forgot about Ninja Gaiden. Mag, you forgot about this," and I'm like, "Jesus!" So just when you think you've named every single game that's coming out in the fall, whether you have to purchase or on Game Pass, the chat reminds you that there's always 2 or 3 more bloody games coming out that you can't even keep track of. Yeah, Satanist, October is nuts. There's no way you could do all this. I don't know how you're gonna do that. Failed Wizard, thank you so much, man. And say hi to Texas for me. Great state you live in there. Check in later. Ninja Gaiden though, can't wait. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yeah, wonderful. So yeah. So like they showed quite a bit. I know some people out there are saying like the Gamescom has been a failure. Some other people, I'm not going to mention other YouTubers' names. I don't want to do that. And they're like, oh, it wasn't good. And Jeff Keighley needs to be decapitated live on TV with a guillotine and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, but if you actually just ignore all the fluff and you just kind of focus on what like the games and what they talk about and even the hardware announcements and stuff, it's actually been pretty enjoyable. I enjoyed it.
I think if he takes the filler out, all them Japanese RPGs and that whole Monster Hunter World crossover thing, take that out. Give the gamers what they want.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 100%. So yeah,
I was sat there live streaming it, and there were some parts I was just sat in silence because it's just like, oh wow, give me something to be excited about.
You know what the thing is? Broke Boy's in the house. What's up, dude? And FTW, that's for the win, is in the house as well. Yeah. So, anyways, like I said, if you ignore the fluff and you just kind of push past all the fluff and you be like, all right, let's get out of here with your little mobile games and all this horse shit. But those things is that those mobile games and all that kind of stuff pay Jeff Keighley's bills. And that's why he keeps putting those in there. And why do you think, for example, the Game Awards show, there's no secret that the Game Awards, for example, has basically just turned into a trailer fest because he makes all his money from the trailers because the companies are just throwing money at him saying, yeah, we're putting this in there. We're going to put that. Yeah. You show us this. We're going to show you that and this and that. Because now he's got like tens of millions of people watching. And so now, not only are you getting like the ratings and you're getting the views and all that kind of stuff, making supplemental income off of that, you're going to be making even more money by showing all these trailers. So you see the evolution of like just the Game Awards or even the Summer Games Fest and all that stuff. It's evolving to basically just a trailer fest, which, hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it because like I want to see all the awesome games. I want to see what's coming up. I want to see what's happening. You know, so I don't know. Like I said, if you ignore all the fluff and everything else and you kind of hyper focus on it, if you go to a website, folks, try this. Go to a website and just say Gamescom 2025 announcements, and you just scroll down and you see all the stuff they listed, and you're like, holy shit, that's a lot of great stuff. They you know, and you can click on each one, and then you can see a little blurb about it, maybe a picture, maybe a little video. Go to YouTube and check it all that kind of stuff out. So sometimes it's actually prudent to not even watch these shows live. It's actually great to just go the next day and see these other sites kind of amalgamate all the announcements into smaller, you know what I mean? Into almost smaller showcases, right? And then people put videos up on YouTube, they review it, they show it. And so sometimes it's easier to watch like a 20-minute YouTube video or just go to a website than to actually watch the live show sometimes. You know what I mean? Because you're getting all those announcements and whatever. I got a question here from Kit. By the way, chat, don't be shy to ask me any questions, eh? And of course, Ion Storm. Anything you guys want to ask us. Kid is asking, he goes, question, what do you two want out of Call of Duty in 2025? Ion Storm, I'll let you answer that one first.
What I would want out of it, the problem with that is it doesn't do anything for me. The whole setting has, I think Battlefield's just nailed me back down to being a realistic tactical shooter. I don't want the fantasy-based stuff.
There you go. Okay, so you know that Guerrilla Tactics, I'll answer that question in a second. That's what boil it down to is give me a military tactical shooter. I don't need a mind fuck. You could do that for like one level.
Yeah.
Right? Do it for one level. It's kind of fun. Like, you're doing like a normal thing.
They did it in Black Ops 6. You had that one level where you were gassed up and you were seeing the zombies.
Yes, that's right.
Level. The rest of the game was like, yeah, brilliant. One level, that's all I need.
There it is. So there it is. That's exactly what I was thinking too. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, listen, do it sparingly. Now, again, like I'm putting my hands up here, folks. We haven't seen the final game. So we don't know how much is in the actual campaign or the story or whatever, right? So we don't know how involved it is. So we have to play this game first before we can say it. But I'm just saying from a speculation point of view, it didn't really ring my bell. You know what I mean? It didn't really do anything for me. I just looked at it, and like I said, I put in about, I don't know, over the 2 weekends, I probably put in about 10 hours, maybe 11 hours of Battlefield 6. And then I went and saw this trailer, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I was like, okay, this certainly didn't do anything for me. But again, I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to give it its time, and I'm going to judge it on the final product once it's in my hands, when I got that controller, and I'm going to sit down. But like I said, just from an overview, it didn't look hot to me, and clearly it didn't really connect, or it didn't really connect with a lot of people, considering the fact that it got ratioed into oblivion on the likes and dislikes. Like I said, 165,000 downvotes to 33,000 upvotes on a 13 million viewed trailer is fucking atrocious, dude. So, you know what I mean? That's not really doing much for me. But anyways, okay. So I hope that answers your question. I just want, maybe I'm an old curmudgeon, or God forbid, I just want a military shooter to be a military shooter and be, you know what I mean? Like, someone in the chat actually mentioned earlier, Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor, the original Medal of Honor. Yeah, and fun. Oh, it was a funky playbox? There you go. Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. Now, the thing is, Medal of Honor, fun fact for all you kids out there, Medal of Honor was actually made by Vince Zampella, the same man who's now made Battlefield 6. Okay, and I can tell you this, Medal of Honor on the 360 was one of my favorite shooters of that entire generation. That game was phenomenal. Now, Medal of Honor Warfighter, the sequel, sucked. Yeah. I thought it sucked ass, but the first one was amazing. So
wasn't it in the first one that you had the sniper level going after the Taliban?
Yeah, that's one. That's the one. It was the Taliban, the whole thing. And you know what's even crazier? I finished that game on the hardest difficulty, where if you, it was, first of all, it was like one bullet and you were dead, or two bullets. No, I think it was two bullets. 2 bullets and you were dead. If you died, you had to start the whole level all over again. from the beginning of the
permadeath.
level.
Oh.
It was like basically like not the whole game. It was just the level, but still, some of those levels were 40 minutes long, dude. So it's like and I finished it on that. That was, by the way, another fun fact for all you everybody out there. That was 100 achievement points for that one, and I got it. And when I got it, it was 0.03% of gamers got that, and I got that achievement because I loved that game so much. That I couldn't stop playing it. So it was absolutely amazing. Kit, thank you for dropping by, dude. I hope we answered your question. But
see you later, Kit. Don't forget you were going to check the channel out, mate. So
please do that. Go check out Ironstorm's channel. Ironstorm, while you got a second there, why don't you put a link in the chat? And so people can go check out your channel and some of your videos, get it in there. Homefront was also very good, Guerrilla Tactics. By the way, Guerrilla Tactics, you did ask me a question that I was going to answer. You were asking me, God damn it to hell. Here it is. When is Starfield getting more DLC? Looks like it's going to be the spring of 2026. They're going to be doing a push for Starfield. Another push for Starfield. Colt Eastwood and I talked about that on Monday. And what they're going to be doing is that somewhere in the first quarter of 2026, maybe even the second quarter. I think second quarter is a bit crazy because you got GTA 6 looming in there. You also have Resident Evil in the first half, in the first quarter there. That's going to be pulling a lot of people's attention. But the word is that new DLC is going to drop somewhere between quarter 1, quarter 2 of 2026. And somewhere during that time, they're also going to be doing a big push to launch it on the PS5 and the PS5 Pro. So it will be coming to the PS5 and PS5 Pro consoles in 2026, somewhere around the time where the expansion launches on the Xbox and PC platforms. So there you go. So I hope that answered your question. But yeah, there's that. And hey, Steelo Facts, what's up, buddy? Dragon Rising from the 360 days. Yeah, man, that game was good too. So, anyways, I am going to go off on the solo front very shortly here. I just wanted to give Ion Storm, who is, by the way, he is a maggot. He is a channel member, and I've said this now that we have 69 people here watching live. Best number in the entire world. We were talking earlier, and I said to my channel members and anybody else, listen, you want to get a little, you want to get out there and you want to put your name out there. You want to talk to, you know what I mean? You want to talk to me. You want to do a show. You want to even do a portion of a show with me. It's all good, man. You reach out to me. If you're a maggot, you're a channel member, I'll do that. Top tier mag members will be squatting up for games. Yes, I will be playing the games with everybody. I'm not a complete douche canoe, but I'm just saying it's going to be that kind of thing where it's going to, but you get the higher tiers in the channel memberships. You get more perks from it, ladies and gentlemen. But either way, I wanted to give Ion Storm his platform tonight to be able to talk. And listen, dude, before I run off and do my solo gig now, is there anything you want to tell anybody, where to find you and all that kind of stuff, social media, on your channels, all that kind of jazz?
You can catch me on my channel, which is Ion Storm. I will sort of link up because guess what my third screen is? My mobile phone. And it doesn't like playing ball. You can catch me on my channel, Ion Storm. I do game reviews, news, very much similar to Mag, very unedited. I'm on Facebook as well. You can find me Ion Storm on there, and I'm on Twitter, which is IonStorm83. So
awesome.
Come and have a chat. Join the channel.
Go check them out, ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget to put that link in the chat, dude. So everybody wants to come to check you out. So just copy and paste it in there so people can come check it out. But anyways, thank you so much, brother, for stopping by. And of course, I will see you all during the week, and we talk almost every day anyway. So one way or another. So we're all there. But anyways, say thank you to the young lad. And it's also don't forget it's in the UK, so it's almost 3:00 in the morning over there. So you gotta give him his props for staying up till almost 3:00 in the morning to talk to a complete dork like myself. But anyways, Ian, thank you so much, brother.
He's helped me out immensely. I tell you now, I will give a massive thanks to Mag. He's helped me out immensely with the channel.
No problem, dude. Come on, man. We're all here to support each other. That's what we're here for. So
anytime you want some company on your MAGGCast, give me a shout. I don't mind staying up till 3 in the morning.
All right, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you for stopping by. All right, brother. We'll talk soon.
And
have a good one.
And you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now you get to stare at this ugly face. So there it is. But anyways, yeah. So while Ion Storm was talking and doing his thing, my wife decided to stick her face in the chat. Did you see what she said, ladies and gentlemen, right here? Chef Trouble says, that's a lie. He is a douche canoe. Can you imagine that? This is the person that supports me, and she's there for me, and I was there for her, especially during the last couple of weeks, and this is how I get treated, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I get treated by my one and only wife, life partner, whatever the hell you want to call her. Also a douchebag. She's a douchette, ladies and gentlemen. She's a douchette. So anyways, yes, El Nini, Mag Gears next week. That is correct. I am super excited about that. Yeah, you love hearing from her, Valorian. you hear that? You hear that, folks? She only says it with love. Can you imagine that? This is the kind of woman I have to deal with. Gorilla Tax saying cheers for her recovery. Thank you. Yeah, man, Valorian, listen. That's a douche queen. That's what she calls herself. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? She's a douche queen. So this is what's going to happen. So what I'm going to be doing on the channel is I'm going to be streaming the actual campaign, the co-op campaign with my wife. I don't know. I think it's only a 2-player, right? Only 2-player co-op. I haven't played the original Gears of War in so long, but I think that yes. By the way, Chad, thank you guys all so much for all your support for my wife, Chef Trouble, and she really appreciates that. And let me tell you something. When she was in ICU in the hospital. And I was showing her all the well wishes, like on the phone. I was holding up the phone to her, and I was showing her all the well wishes that all you guys sent out to her, and it totally warmed up her day, man. And there she is in the chat. She just said it. She goes, "Thank you all for the well wishes." So there it is. Yes, Talos Ray, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. Hey, Christian is in the house. How you doing, buddy? And oh my God, the Aussie himself. The great Aussie himself, Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat, is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He is one of our first maggots. He was actually one of the first channel members to ever jump in here, and it's always appreciated. Him and actually, I think it was him and Noisy Mofo were the first 2 channel members that jumped in there and have been supporting ever since. But anyways, now we're back here. We're talking. We talk some Gamescom. We talk some hardware. We talk some Call of Duty controversy. How do you guys feel about this? Like, where are you guys leaning? I want to know from the chat. Chat, you guys talk about this. Let me know where you're leaning. Are you leaning towards Battlefield 6, Call of Duty, or both? Let me know. I mean, I could put up a poll in the chat at some point, but I don't feel like it. I just want to see what you guys got to say. Just say it out there. Jesus is saying, Meg, I've never played Helldivers 2. Game, it'll be my first Helldivers to play. Listen, dude, Helldivers 2 was my first Helldivers. I never played the first one. I played the second one, excuse me. And it's actually not that difficult to figure out once you get it all together. Oh, look at Chef Trouble. She's got to be a pain in the ass, eh? She goes, nope, Gears. Yes, honey, we understand. We're playing Gears. I get it. So we're going to do the campaign, her and I, online. And then multiplayer, I will be playing with basically whoever the hell wants to jump in. So it'll be myself, my wife, my son will be there. Nuke Nukem's going to be there. Colt Eastwood. I might even get scumbag extraordinaire Randall Thor to come out and join us for some fantastic Gears of War multiplayer. I haven't talked to Rand in so long. I've been meaning to reach out to him. Cameron saying in the chat, Battlefield 6. We got RT Reviews is leaning towards Black Ops 7 just because zombies, yes, is an Unreal side mode. It is an Unreal side mode. And I got to tell you, most of the time, I actually spend more time in zombies than I do in multiplayer when I play Call of Duty. That's just the way I was doing it. Yeah, Nick Hulk is in the chat. I thought you said Nick Holt, but it's Nick Hulk. He's saying the best was Bad Company 2. Haven't gotten into shooters much since. Dude, let me tell you something. I agree with you 1,000%. I think the greatest first-person shooter game of all time is still Bad Company 2. I love the campaign. I played the multiplayer for literally years because I couldn't get enough of it. But you know what I mean? This kind of thing. I loved it. But if you want to get that Battlefield feeling back again, like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 6 is that game. That's how it felt like for me. And I know that some people are out there saying, oh, it's got that new car smell. So like, you know, whatever, this and that. And thank you, Talos Ray. And Pony Al Thor 19. Yes, James Black. It's right. The thing is that they say, oh, it's a new car smell. That's why everybody's playing it. They want to try something different because it's literally just been COD year after year. And I'm like, you know what? Actually, it's not new car smell. It's old car smell. Because it's what we used to play. It was like Battlefield 3, and then went right into Battlefield 4. Fantastic game. Sorry, Bad Company was before both of them, but my God, they were so good. You know what I would actually take? At full price? Full price, Vince Zampella. I want you to listen. There's no chance in hell that Vince Zampella is watching the MAGGCast. However, I will say this. If Vince Zampella and the team at DICE did a full remake of Bad Company 2, I would pay $70 for that. Full price. I would pay full price for a complete remake, remaster, whatever the hell you want to call it. Remake. Let's go with remake, because it's been too long of that game. I would 100% pay $70 for that game. Without even no chance in hell would I not pay that. I might even pay $80. I might even pay $90. Whatever Vince Zampella wants, I'll just give it to him. Now, you have to excuse me while I drink my obnoxiously large jug of water. And it's not water, it's full of vodka. And just so everybody, hey, Daddy Passion's in the house. There. Speaking of Battlefield 6, he was with me. We were running around for hours. Well, come on, what, like 2 hours, dude? Yeah, something like that. Like 2 hours. We had a great time playing Battlefield 6. For the Win is saying, Mag, did you enjoy Silent Hill 2? You might not have been here when I was talking about it earlier. So what happened is I had to delay it by a couple of weeks to finish the game. The reason why is the day after I was on XNC when I had to run off to that emergency, and I had to rush down to the hospital because of my wife. And of course I didn't play for the rest of the week, and then I didn't play for the week after. That was going to be the time that I was going to finish that week where she was in the hospital in the ICU there. That was where I was going to finish Silent Hill 2. Obviously, life happened, things happened, so I had to push it. And then Mafia came out, and everybody was like, Mag, you got to play Mafia right away. I'm like, of course. I also had to do my marinated review of Mafia. I also did my cooking show for Mafia. That's my Munching with Mag. So I did that as well. And so I couldn't walk away from Mafia. So Mafia, I'm going to continue this week, and then I'm going to circle back around. I'm going to circle back around to Silent Hill 2. I will finish it, I promise you. I'm just approaching the final area. So as we go, we'll do that. It'll probably be like one stream. I'll be able to finish the game, and we're gonna do the final area of Silent Hill 2. But I will get to it because, like I said, a lot of people were watching it and really enjoying the story. So yeah, so there was that. So we'll do all that kind of thing. All right, 80 Storm, thank you so much for stopping by, man. I appreciate that. Hey, Rhino, there's another maggot. Get on the ground and give me 20, maggot. Rhino's in the chat. He's saying, hey, Mag, good to see you brought the office water fountain home to keep you hydrated. Yeah, dude, let me tell you something. If you knew what I was up to yesterday, you know I had to drink a lot of this water today because yesterday, oh, boy. Yeah, had a really good time. Gorilla Tactics is saying I'm dumb. How do you join the channel with a membership? You go to the actual page, like the actual, like, you know how like you can go to the thing, it says go to page or go to whatever YouTube page. You go there and then there should be an icon that says join. And then from there you just hit join and then that's it. You become a maggot. And then you get all the perks that come with that. Yes, Grandpa Barbecue Cat, he's saying I'm looking forward to the next Munching with Meg. I will have one coming out in the second week of September. This is the kind of thing where I'm going to be doing about twice a month. Every couple of weeks I'm going to be doing one. And it's all going to be based on a game that is out around during that time, or a person that is involved with that game, or something that is related to that game. So, let me give you an example. So let's just take, I don't know, Resident Evil 7. Okay, so let's just say Resident Evil 7 was actually coming out in 2 weeks. So what I'm going to be doing is not only going to be playing the game, which I will. I'm going to play the game. And then I'm going to do something. Now that game took place in Louisiana, right? In the swamps of Louisiana, whatever. So what I would do is I'm going to play the game, review the game, talk about the game or whatever, and then I'm going to cook food inspired from Louisiana, right? So it's going to be something that's tied into that. So that's what I'm going to be doing moving forward. Now I'm going to be doing one with Borderlands, but the Borderlands one is going to be kind of funny because. What the hell are you going to eat? What are you going to eat? Like a crag or whether it was scrag or whatever they're called, scrags? What do you mean? I can't find scrags lying around at the local supermarket. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit interesting about that one. And I'm going to actually, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm actually going to be reaching out to Randy Pitchford himself. I'm going to have a quick word with him. And then that will be my new Munching with Mag that's coming out second week of September around the launch of that game. So I will be talking to, I'm going to be sending a message to Randy Pitchford. I'm going to email him tonight, and then I'm going to talk to him, and then I'm going to get a few details from him, and then that's going to tie in directly into my Munching with Mag video about Borderlands 4. So I will be doing that. Yeah, right. James Black is saying, cook the food they were eating in Resident Evil 7, Mag. Yeah, I'm just going to go to my garage and just pull all the maggots off the floor and put them in a bucket. I think that's what they did in the game. So, Nick Holkazak is in the chat. He's going, you looking forward to the next Resident Evil or Silent Hill more? Resident Evil. Resident Evil is my number one franchise of all time. There is no other franchise that can come close. I have many. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. We've got RT Reviews has become a magnificent maggot, ladies and gentlemen. He has become a magnificent maggot. Thank you so much for joining the channel. There's perks. There's all kinds of emoji stuff going on. Of course, I also release members-only videos that come out, of course, before the public gets to see them. For example, my first and every single Munching with Mag video that I make, channel members will get to watch them one day before everybody else does. I release them for the members only, and so they get that there. I got my members only posts and everything else. And of course, you will also have access to me. And what I mean by that is that when we're doing online gaming and stuff like that, I will be squatting up with channel members and whatever, we'll be playing games together and all that kind of stuff. And hey, you never know. I might even live stream some of those so you can get your voice out there on YouTube. Have some fun with it, right? So it's all there. But the ones that I actually live stream with will be the top tier maggots. Those are the ones that I get out there. They're the ones that I'd be doing the shows with and everything else and all that. So yes, Karen's raisin potato salad. Unbelievable. You know what? I'm going to be making a potato salad, and I'm going to be making it with raisins in it just for you. Karen's raisin potato salad. Absolutely do it. Hey, and we've got the one, the only Joe Dunmore is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Joe Dunmore is in the chat. Unbelievable. He is here. He has risen. He was gone for a while, and now he's back. And I've seen him on the podcast for the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, thank God this man has returned to the fold. You are always welcome here, my friend. So, hey, and Iron Storm is in the chat chatting it up with the people in there, so that's fantastic. Okay, Danny Passion's asking me a quick question. He's saying, the Mag Show, maybe you already talked about this. Now that you saw Black Ops 7 gameplay, which one are you more excited? Oh, well, dude, okay, so you did miss that conversation. I'll be very brief. I don't want to have to bore everybody. I'm going to play both. Okay, I'm going to preface my comment with that. I'm playing both games. Day one, when they both come out. I already bought Battlefield 6. It's already sitting there. I'm staring at the tile. Okay, not now, but I mean, it's there every time I turn on my my consoles. Battlefield 6 is sitting right there looking at me. And of course, Black Ops 7 I'll be playing on Game Pass because I got Game Pass, obviously. So I'll be playing it there. However, you didn't ask that question. You asked which one am I more excited for. Without a doubt, Battlefield 6. When I saw the Call of Duty, and I know this is going to piss some people off, but hey, listen, man, I'm not here to fluff people, okay? I'm not a fluffer. Pause. I'm here to tell my truth. And my truth is, when I watched that trailer last night, I literally said, what the fuck was that? Those are my exact words. I was sitting out my front porch. I just got home from being out of town. I was just out of town for the one day. I was sitting on the back porch. It was around midnight or so. And I was busy, so I didn't watch the trailer live. I didn't watch the show live. I'm sitting out there. I'm smoking a cigar. And I'm watching this trailer. And I literally said, what the fuck was that? I'm like, what was that? And so anyways, I'm like, okay, whatever. I went to bed, slept on it, marinated on it, so to speak. I woke up, and before I went to work, I watched it again. And you know what I said this morning? What the fuck was that? The trailer was not good. It didn't do anything for me. All right? It didn't do anything for me. Battlefield 6, after I put in 10 hours plus hours, 2 of those hours is with my dear friend there, Danny Passion Official there. We played that. We also played with Alex out there. He was out there playing. And not that Alex, not Banana Suit Alex. I was playing with Noof Nukem as well. I played with Your Wicked Hot. We were all out there playing, man. It was a great time. And Battlefield 6 just takes the cake. And I mean, like, even the trailers, the multiplayer trailers, the single-player story trailers, Battlefield just put together a better presentation. But again, you've got Vince Zampella at the helm. The man knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. His pedigree is damn near flawless. You go back and you watch all those games. You go back and check out all the games. Do it right now. Do it right now. Not right now. Do it after. Go check it out afterwards, and you will see that Vince Zampella knows what he is doing. His games are incredible, and so when that man knows how to put together a package when you're talking about a game like that. Unbelievable, right? And holy shish kebab, we got another one right here. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat has dropped a 5-bomb membership. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a 5-bomb dropped in of memberships from Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat. And we've got Seth Garfunkel. I thought it was Garfunkel, like Art Garfunkel. Seth Garfinkel, Karen's Raisin Potato Salad, Valorian Incursion, and All in TV are all now maggots. Welcome to the Legion of Mag, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Legion of Mag. You are now all maggots, and you all must fall in line. And I can't wait for all you guys to see what's coming up in the future. Like I said, you guys got emojis now. You've got access to you got access to me. You've got access to, of course, when I drop my videos usually drop about a day before, especially my pre-recorded videos. Done a day before, members get access to that first. And members only posts where we have our own little community in the YouTube channel where we can talk and whatever. You can ask me whatever the hell you want. Hit me up anytime. I'm always there, man. So thank you, Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat, once again for that 5-bomb. Really appreciate that, dude. And Daddy Passion Official, only 1 second later, drops another drop membership, and that goes to Stripes 360. Congratulations on becoming a maggot. Thank you very much, Daddy Passion Official, and Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat being huge supporters of this channel. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for all of that. Absolutely incredible. Then RT Reviews has already dropped a stupid mag face, and of course he's got Kratos sitting there in the chat. Yes, there we go. So let's get back into this situation talking about Battlefield. Sorry, I was so excited from all of that. Vince Zampella is God. That's what Ion Storm is saying. He's not God himself, but damn it, is he ever close. He must be working with God directly. He must be. That's the only thing I can think of. But anyways, like I said, you look back at his games. The man created Modern Warfare on the Xbox 360 and PS3. You remember that? Call of Duty 4? That was Zampella. Modern Warfare 2? That was Zampella. Modern Warfare 3? That was Zampella. Titanfall 1 and 2? That was Vince Zampella. Medal of Honor? Zampella. Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, Apex Legends, Battlefield 6. Do I have to continue to go on? Do I have to continue? So, to answer your question, the longest answer in the history of answers, Battlefield 6 for me is what I'm most excited for. And it gets a 6-week jump on Call of Duty. That's also good for Call of Duty, by the way, because that's also good for Call of Duty. It's not like a death knell for Call of Duty. That's actually really great. Yeah, no kidding, Steelofax. It's unbelievable. Oh, and look who just joined the chat. The Great Wah is here as well. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on MAGGCast. We got 70 plus people watching right now, having a great old time. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Yes, Marsh, listen, I talked about it earlier in the show, but Lego Batman looks fantastic. I mean, who the hell would have ever thought that they would make a Lego Batman game with an open world? I mean, mind you, one of the Batman games did have an open world Batman out there. But you know what it was is that you've got stealth mechanics added to a Batman game. You've got Arkham-style fighting with the counters and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, what are we talking about here? That just jumped on the top of my list of one of my most anticipated games coming out of Gamescom this year. I mean, and Gamescom had incredible games this year so far, have shown amazing stuff. I'm so excited for all of it. Indiana Jones DLC, you know, Silent Hill F, Resident Evil Requiem, Ninja Gaiden, Ghost of Yotei. I'm even going to try that Ghost of Yotei co-op. $50 increase on the PS5s. You know, I'm so excited for that. That was one of my favorite announcements, is the $50 increase on the PS5. Yeah, so excited for that. Yeah, there's another one. Hey, they got to get, hey, man, I got to turn the screws on everybody, okay? Anyways, the point is, Gamescom has really been fantastic. Right? And Dave Messer, by the way, I just turned my back for 1 second. Dave Messer has dropped another channel membership. Thank you so much, my friend. And that was gifted to Brandon Christensen. Brandon Christensen, thank you for becoming a mag. You are not a regular person anymore. You are now a maggot. Dave Messer, thank you so much for the channel membership gift. That is greatly appreciated. That's how you support this channel and support me directly, of course. And that's how I can continue to make as much crazy content as I possibly can. I got a lot of great stuff coming up, a lot of great ideas, a lot of things happening. And boy, to keep this kind of energy going all the time, yeah, man, it's a lot of hard work, baby. And I love doing it. I love doing it. You know why I love doing it? Because I love talking to you guys. I really do. And I know that sounds like I'm not. I'm being dead serious. I actually love sitting down here. And you know what's funny? When there's days when I'm not doing anything on YouTube, which is rare, maybe only like 2 days a week, 3 days a week I'm not on YouTube. I'm actually upstairs missing it. I miss it. And all of a sudden I'm just like, you know what? I just want to go online and talk to the people. I want to talk to the maggots. I want to talk to the fans, to the friends, even the haters, whatever. I don't care. I want to go in the community and just talk, and get out there. And it's just so awesome. I love doing this. I don't know why I didn't do it in 2020. I mean, I've been on YouTube for 5 years, but I was on YouTube and on other people's channels. Obviously, Noof Nukem's channel. I was on with Mr. Boomstick XL. I was on there. Obviously, I'm on here with Colt Eastwood. I have guested on dozens and dozens of shows. I've done shows with just about everybody. I've done shows with Rand. I've done shows with Jez. The rest of them, of course, Mooch and Brap and all those guys too. And yeah, man, listen. We're all friends in this community. Even if you don't like those guys, you can be like, I don't like this guy or I don't like that guy. That's fine. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion. But me, I talk to everybody. I'm friends with all those guys. I'm friends with everybody. So I could talk to Reforge in the morning and talk to Colt an hour later, and people would be like, "Oh, that's crazy." But even like a Dreamcast guy, I've done 2 shows with him, and I'm like I said, everybody has their taste. Everybody like, "Oh, I hate that guy" and whatever. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinions. It's totally fine. But me, I just love being part of this community, man. I just love it. And it's been like the most exciting 5 years of being in this thing. And then, of course, doing this for myself now, it's even more exciting, just like being able to talk directly to everybody. So, yeah. Guardian Q5 is saying, yeah, Mag, what's up, brother? Gamescom Lego Batman looks sick. It certainly does. Now, hey, we got fun speculation in the house, everybody. Go sub to his channel. He's a stand-up dude. Even though he likes the Dallas Cowboys. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's fine. He's still a good guy. Risk it? Risk it for the biscuit? Where's that scumbag? I haven't seen that guy in forever. I think he just abandoned us. I think he's hiding inside the pouch of a kangaroo, to be quite honest. That's where I think he is right now. Yeah, we got Mav in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We got Mav in here just checking out the old MAGGCast. We're just having a little discussion. Yeah. Mav, you shouldn't have said anything. Look, now everybody's talking to you. Now you're going to get bombarded with messages. See what happens? Yeah, but either way. So, Mav, put something in the chat, dude. Put something in the chat. Tell me what you thought about Gamescom. Listen, I'm enjoying it. And the thing is, maybe I'm a bit fraudulent because I've been so busy or whatever else. I haven't been able to watch these things live. But, catching the recaps and everything else, when you actually boil down what they've been showing, they've been doing great. I think that the games they've been showing are fantastic. And it's not even done yet, Devil Dog, he's asking, what are your thoughts on the ROG Ally? I did talk about that a little bit earlier, yes. But I will talk about it again. Listen, it's impressive hardware. Very impressive hardware. I saw some clips of Jez showing some footage of it. Paris was also had hands on with it. I'm assuming Kay Asante's going to have some hands on it because he's in Germany now, checking it out. So I know that he's out there. He'll definitely get his hands on it. So yeah, what I'm seeing has been very impressive. What it's capable of is incredibly impressive, and I'm happy for everybody who's going to go buy one. I am not, and it's not because of any nefarious reasons. It's just I game at home. I rarely game on the road. Rarely, because I'm never really on the road. I work minutes from my house and I'm always here. And when I'm in here in my studio and in my arcade, I've got my consoles out here. I got my Series X here. I got my PS5 here. I got a Series S in the other room. I've got a Switch 2 in the other room docked to the TV. And then I've got a PS Portal, which I barely touch. My wife uses the Portal more than anybody else. Like mind you, I also bought it for less than $200. So like for something that I could buy for like under $200 and be able to like stream a game from my bed, or if I'm like at the cottage, like at my my brother-in-law's cottage or something for a couple days, I'll bring the Portal with me, and I'm barely touching it anyway, because I'm usually too drunk anyway to be doing anything. I'm just hanging out by the dock, staring at the water. But anyways, and the rare occasion that I do have it, I just can't justify spending $1,400 because that's how much it costs for me up here, right? It's $1,400. And there he is. I've been asking all night for this guy, and he finally shows up. Joey Abs has finally made his appearance. Joey Abs, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? I'm grateful that you're here. He's another maggot who's been with me from the start, man. Joey Abs. Say hi to Joey Abs in the chat. Sorry, I got to take a drink of my gigantic gallon of water. The most obnoxious bottle of water in all of YouTube history. I just like to add. So anyways, yeah, back to the ROG Xbox Ally X and the ROG Xbox Ally. They're priced up here in Canada, give or take about $760 for the lower price model, about $1,450 for the top model. This is with tax included, because our taxes up here are egregious. However, the excuse is that we get free healthcare, but they're basically just ripping our souls out of our body with taxes. So like we pay like 13% tax or whatever here in Ontario. So that's where all that is going. And of course we got to subsidize all the people that don't work. You know, why would they go out and work when I can pay for them? So, you know, that's all part of our tax system. So yeah, we get taxed a lot here. So it's about $1,450 Canadian up here for that. US prices, you're looking at $549 for the base model, $900 for the other one. I'm not calling it $899. It's $900, okay? So we can cut the horse shit. But either way, that's what it is. So yeah, it looks great, and I would love to get my hands on one just like to try it out and play it because it looks fantastic, but I just can't justify spending that much money. Like, listen, if I'm going to spend $1,450 on something, I would actually start to build a PC in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would put that money towards building a PC and do some PC gaming like that if I'm going to spend that kind of money. But I'm not ready for PC gaming. My hardware is good for another 2 years. It's good till the fall of 2027, and I'm good. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Joe Dunmore. Stay hydrated. That's right. James Black, you should be paying more. Never. Nah, it's $1,450 with that. Yeah, just cross the border, Mag. Dude, the border is like an hour and a half from my house. So it's not far. And actually, speaking of which, in November, I will be hooking up with Noof Nukem and his wife and my wife. And the four of us are going to be in Niagara Falls together having a throwdown. Yeah, James Black is saying text Satya and tell him to send you one for review. I do not talk to Satya Nadella. I've talked to Phil Spencer a few times. But the other people I talk to, I can't tell you guys about that. Because some of them are the ones that tell me those dirty secrets that get me in a lot of trouble from the YouTube community. Especially my Returnal video. Jesus Christ in heaven. You guys should have heard the stuff that was being sent to me. Oh my God. You're so funny. I couldn't even say it on Cold Show because I don't swear on Cold Show, right? So, you know, I keep it clean there because it's a PG show and whatever else. But like the stuff people were sending me, I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you some of the stuff they said. Hey, Mag, stop watching your channel a few months ago because you're completely full of shit fuckface. I wish I was making it up. That was a message.
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was. That was an actual comment I got sent to me. Another one. You're so full of shit I can smell it from here. Your channel's never gonna grow. You're a piece of shit. No one's watching your clickbait garbage, asshole. I'm reading them right. I'm reading the thing. And you know what the thing is? I erased all of those things from the channel because I thought it was like, I'm like, come on, man. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. I'm here for positivity and happy gaming and all that kind of stuff. I will tell it like it is, but I'm not going down to that level of bullshit. But the comments are burned into my brain of the stuff that people were saying to me on Monday. It was absolutely horrific. Just for reporting some of that. Oh, dude, great. Wow, people are wild. They certainly are. Yeah. Okay, let me see what Mav is saying here. He goes, yes, that's really cool for high-end streaming. I just think the value of the games catalog and Game Pass natively, plus the option to stream, is better value for similar price. Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Yeah. And he's also saying, it depends on if you're interested in the games and Game Pass, which I am. And that's wonderful. Like I said, I'm never going to shit talk anybody buying that handheld. Never. Because it looks amazing. The hardware is amazing. The accessibility is amazing. I'm all for it. I'm just not going to spend that money for myself. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'll save that money and I'll buy a next-gen Xbox console and a PS6. Which I should, God willing, hopefully be able to afford under $2,000. Depending on what they're going to be charging for that kind of stuff, right? So like I said, I'm good for hardware till fall 2027. Fall 2027, then I will make the leap. But the thing is, those leaps aren't made that bad too, right? Because when the next Xbox comes out, I'm trading in my Series X and S. You could take that, GameStop, right? I'm going to do the same thing with the PS5 Pro. I'm going to sell that too. Here you go, buddy. Take it. And if it's shitty trade-in, I'll just sell it on Facebook Marketplace. I can make a mint off of that. People buy that console for $5. I could guarantee you right now, I could sell the PS5 Pro in 2 years. I could probably still make $500 on that. And the Series X and S combined, I could probably make about $500 plus. So I'm already going to get one console for free, essentially, by trading in those three. So let's say I traded in $1,000. I'll buy the new Xbox with that. And then all I have to do is actually just pay for the PS6. Done. That I can do. That I can afford. Beyond that, I'm not going to spend $1,400 on a handheld that I'm not going to use. And it's not because I'm not going to use it because it's bad. It's just because it's not prudent to my lifestyle. Because like I said, I work minutes from my house. And when I'm done work, I come home. I'm literally right here. And everything is right here. So for me, it's not... Like, for example, if I took the train every day, okay, let's say I worked in the city and I was on the train for an hour, both ways, 1 hour in, 1 hour back. That's how long it takes me to get to the city from where I am on the train, because our train system is slow. So it is what it is. It takes about an hour to get down to Union Station, right? If y'all know Toronto, Union Station's a spot, right? So if I did that both ways at work, I would have 2 hours of gaming. Right? And by the way, they have plugs on all the trains, right? So you can just plug it in if you don't want to worry about the battery. I would 100% buy a ROG Xbox Ally X if I was doing that every single day. Right? And I would just cycle it out. I have my Switch 2. I only got 3 games for the Switch 2, but that's how Nintendo's going to be. I'm not going to buy... I might buy Hollow Knight there. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And then that new Kirby game... that was another thing they showed at the Gamescom. The Kirby game looked pretty good. And so it is what it is. I know, Chef Trouble. I'm sorry. I'm just talking smack. Yeah, the transit system is wonderful. She works for them, by the way. I got my Switch 2. I've got my PS Portal, which is, by the way, that PS Portal, since all the updates, I could use that anywhere with no issues, no hiccups, no issues, no problems, no lagging, no nothing. And then I would get a ROG Xbox Ally X too, because then I'd be getting 2 hours of gaming in every single day. 1 hour down to work, go to work, 1 hour on the way home, and then I would get 2 hours of gaming in every single day. 100% I would invest in the ROG Xbox Ally X. 100%. Because it'd be worth it for me, right? But now, where I am, when I leave work, a song starts on the radio. When I pull in the driveway, the song hasn't ended. That's how close I am to work. So for me, I'm not traveling far. And in the rare occasions that I do travel, I really, it's not really a thing. Like, I'm going to Germany next year. Okay. But that's one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like one trip I'm doing that. I'm doing 2 trips that year. Maybe go to LA. I don't know. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go to LA next year. Iron Lords invited me. King David specifically invited me to go to LA because they rent this big beautiful place in Beverly Hills. And he invited me there. So I'm like, I might come. So myself and my wife, because he invited Colt as well. I mean, that's a mistake. He should have told Colt not to come. One of these days Colt is just gonna be like swinging by this show, and I'm just gonna be talking shit about him right at the exact moment that he comes by. He's like, "What the hell? What the shiz?" You know the way Colt talks. I talk to Colt almost every single day. Yeah. We become actually quite close as, friends, stuff like that. And my wife, and let me tell you something. When my wife was going through all that stuff, no joke, when I was there in the emergency department waiting for them to figure out what the hell they were going to do to her, Colt called me every hour. All night. Till like 6 o'clock in the morning. to see what was happening to make sure that she was all right. Noof Nukem as well. Noof Nukem was texting me, Boomstick. Actually, I called him the other day. We were talking on the phone. We talk on the phone once in a while, but we talk all the time. He messaged me every single day. Same with Noof. Same with Colt. They message me every single day privately because we know each other in the outside world, right? So we know our real names, phone numbers, all that stuff, right? Without fail. So, I don't forget things like that. I feel like Don Corleone was like, I don't forget things like that. I remember. But it's true. Yeah, man. Okay, Danny Passion, let's calm down. He just says Colt seems like an awesome guy. Let's relax, folks. Okay? He has a mean streak about him. He's very violent. I've seen him attack random people on the streets. Word is he likes to kick the homeless. That's a fact. Valorian, what do you mean don't come? What do you mean don't come? You know what? Now that you said that, I am coming to LA just to find you. Just to bother you. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna follow you around and just bother you. Yeah, Zankio, that's exactly what it is, dude. Yeah. Colt and I are good friends. Oh, Devil Dog, he's asking in the chat. Don't know if you talked about it already, but I saw the ODST trailer for Helldivers 2. That got me pretty excited. Listen, man, that is a genius move for Xbox. If you're trying to sell this game, now, first of all, I still think that the biggest boneheaded move ever is releasing this game on the same friggin' day as Gears of War. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. You've got 2 online multiplayer games and you're releasing them on the same day. I'm like, I understand because you got Gears going over to PlayStation and you got Helldivers going to Xbox and you're expecting this. But like a lot of that Xbox community, to be fair, are going to be playing Gears of War because A, it's Gears of War and that's, synonymous with the Xbox platform. But it's also because it's in fucking Game Pass. Why would you release Helldivers on the same day as another title that's coming out to Game Pass? It doesn't make sense to me. It's not fair for either game, to be quite honest. I think they could have released Gears of War in July and Helldivers at the end of August. That's just me. Give them both time to breathe. How much extra work could they possibly have been doing between, maybe in the last 5? Oh, yeah, no, maybe that's not fair. Who knows what the developers have been up to? Developers. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The developers bringing us all these games. What am I going to say? Either way, I think that it was a mistake releasing on the same day. But either way, this is getting back to the ODST / Helldivers thing. Genius move. A, because when I first played Helldivers and you see them in their outfits, I'm like, they look straight out of Halo. Right? That's the first thing I said anyway. I'm like, they all look like they're from Halo. What are we talking about here? And so anyways, I was happy about that. But at the same time, I'm just like, doing the ODST thing or whatever, doing this cross promotion with Helldivers, fantastic. And why is that fantastic? Because you're going to get those Xbox folks that are super hyped into Halo and they're all, and they love the Halo games and the lore and all that kind of stuff. You're going to get them more interested in this game. See what I'm saying? So like, it is a genius move in that respect. So you're going to get more people enticed and interested to be like, oh shit, we get to play as ODST characters and all that kind of stuff. Wonderful. I'm all in. Right? I mean, I was all in anyway. I mean, I bought it on PS5, whatever, a year and a half ago. But either way, it's there. And I re-downloaded it in anticipation. I'm not going to buy it again. I already own it. And of course, it's cross-platform. So I told everybody, I am the Mag. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. No, Danny Passion, Helldivers is not coming to Game Pass. It is not. There's my gamer tag, folks. I just put it in the chat right now. Listen, right there. You see it? I am the Meg. That's my gamer tag on Xbox, PlayStation, and the Nintendo Switch 2. All right? Same across the board. So you want to add me on anything or on any games or anything else like that. Oh, and also for EA, because you know how you have the EA accounts or whatever for Battlefield 6, I will be playing it on the PS5 Pro. And my EA account name is literally the same as everything else. I actually just changed it last week because it was I opened up my EA account in like 2007. In 2007, I wasn't the Mag yet. The Mag did not exist. I existed, but it wasn't my name. So I changed it. So now I change it. So now even my EA account is I am the Mag the same way, all capital letters. You know what I'm saying? So there it all is. Yeah, Voyager88, he's saying ready to drop in the 26. Yeah, man, I'm in. So Xbox players, find me on Helldivers, add me as friends and all that stuff. So we create our network, jump into Helldivers with me. Gears of War, be just as easy. I'll be playing on both consoles. I'll play it on the PlayStation. I'll be playing it on Xbox because I will be playing co-op with my wife on the PS5 Pro. She doesn't have an Xbox anymore, so I will be playing there. She's a fucking pony. She's a pony. My wife's a pony. I could talk shit about her now because she's out of the hospital. What's she gonna do? Hobble after me? I could literally crawl on my hands and knees, and she still couldn't catch me. Yeah. Come and get me! I know you can hear me! I know she can hear me. So yeah, I'll be there. I'll be playing. So whatever console I'm playing on, just find me. Just find my name. I'll be there playing the games. Yeah, Iron Storm, I'll be there too, man. Valorian, she is a pony. She's 100% a pony. Anyways, any other questions you guys want to talk about before I sign off? Anything about you want me to discuss about Gamescom? I pretty much exhausted everything I could possibly say about what they showed so far for Gamescom and my thoughts and opinions on it. But if there's anything else you want me to bring up or talk about, or anything else you want to mention, or even you guys want to talk about, just hit me up. Oh, dude, Rhino, 100%. As soon as I'm done this show, I'm gonna walk up the stairs, and she's gonna be waiting for me on the other side of the door frame like this, with a bat, and just gonna belt me one right as soon as I come up the stairs. Johnny T, I do not know the specs of the next gen Xbox. No, and I am not. Yeah. Thank you, Noisy Mofo. That's funny. I am not a tech guy. Never have been. And even if they did release all the specs for the next gen Xbox, you know what it would mean to me? Absolutely fucking nothing, because I have no idea what any of that is. Like, I've seen people freak out. I know, K-Rock, I am half a pony. I'm half a pony, half an X-Bot. I'm like RoboCop, half man, half robot, all cop. That's me. Half pony, half X-Bot, all gamer. That's the way it's going to be. Mag, chef knives can be thrown. Yes, I know. I threw one at a guy once. I swear to God, that was like 15? A little bit more than that. Maybe like 17 years ago, I got in a big fight with a guy, like an actual fist fight in the kitchen. And I swear, I thought I was I was blinded with rage. And he came after me. He was choking me out. I punched him in the face. I pulled him off me, threw him down, and I literally grabbed a chef knife and I threw it. And I didn't really throw it at him. I threw it in his general direction. It actually hit a glass panel and smashed. So I think I just did it to scare the shit out of him. I wasn't trying to, I wasn't trying to attempted murder, for crying out loud. I was just throwing it because I was so angry, but I threw it in his general direction, and it smashed a glass panel. Chef Trouble, if you're still out there, I was talking about Fabian. I got in that big fist fight with Fabian in the kitchen, man. That was nasty. That was a nasty bit of work. But that was like 17 years ago. Like, that's old. That's old history. Nick Holt is asking me any crystal ball thoughts on surprises for the rest of Gamescom. I don't think we're going to get many surprises. I think at this point what you're going to get is a release date for Outer Worlds 2, because that seems to be the other game that's we haven't got a release date for it. We got a release date for Call of Duty, which actually that blue number, I'll give her credit for that one, because she said it about 10 days ago that she heard it was November 14th. She was correct. So I got her that. Yeah, that's right. Funky Playbox, Under Siege 3 featuring Meg. That's right. What is that fatso Steven Seagal going to do now? I could definitely outrun him. Jesus Christ. Have you seen him? He's like the size of Grimace. Remember, Grimace, the purple guy from the McDonald's commercials? That's what Steven Seagal looks like. So put a crowbar mustache and black hair on Grimace, and that is Steven Seagal now. Damn shame. Oh, Iron Storm is saying Vampire the Masquerade. That's right. Amazing. Yeah, it does look good. Okay, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We got fun speculation. He's putting specs in the chat. There you go, folks. Thank you, Mav, for doing that, because there's no way on earth I would have known any of that, and I don't know what any of it does. All I know is how to play games and do all that kind of stuff. Yes. Oh, there is one more thing I was going to mention. Sorry, before I sign off. One more thing I was going to mention. The horror games, not horror games. I would love to see a horror game, but horror games. Did you guys see the announcement? Tell me you guys see the... Hey, Donut, what's up, dude? Did you guys see the announcement for John Carpenter's Not just the other game. I can't remember the name of it now. Did you guys see the commercial for the trailer for John Carpenter's Halloween? Tell me you saw that. John Carpenter's actually producing the game. Yes, that's right, Halloween, as in like Michael Myers' Halloween. And the cool thing is at the end of the trailer, I'm sitting there watching it, I'm going, great, more of this multiplayer bullshit horror games like Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They're not bad games, but they're okay for like a little while, but they're not really like, but they're not bad games at all, by any means. But they're not my thing. You know what I mean? I tried playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre with my son. I was like, all right, it was fun for like an hour, and then I was like, nah, I'm done with this. And then when I saw the trailer for Halloween, I'm like, fuck, more of this now. Now there's going to be like 6 people running around, and then one player gets to play as Michael Myers, and you're just doing the same shit. But then John Carpenter surprised me that at the end of the trailer it said single player story campaign and multiplayer. And I was like, oh, what? A single player Halloween game. And then, of course, yes, Valorian says in the chat here, Hellraiser is also another game that they showed. That's, man, dude, it is a great time to be a horror fan. Really great time to be a horror fan. You've got Resident Evil. You got Chronos. You got Silent Hill. You've got Hellraiser. You've got Little Nightmares 3. By the way, Little Nightmares 3 is co-op, eh? How exciting is that? Because the other games, it was always like a, computer-controlled NPC or whatever. Not an NPC, but it was an NPC. And then, like, you would just do stuff, and they would follow around or whatever, but you could never play it like co-op. This game, you could actually play co-op. So I was super excited about that. It was fantastic. Yeah. David Merrifield, thank you so much for dropping in, dude. And, so you've got all these horror games coming out. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Hellraiser, Halloween, Chronos, Little Nightmares 3. That's 6 I can name just off the top of my head. I'm sure the chat will help me out and probably think of more. That's 6 right there. Oh my God, there's that game Ill. You know that first-person shooter, like a survival horror shooter game, kind of like Resident Evil? Actually, it looked more like Dead Space, to be quite honest. Dead Space / Callisto Protocol, which I thought Callisto Protocol was a better game. I loved that game. Fantastic game. Silent Hill. Yes, fun speculation. Yeah, sorry, I keep calling you fun speculation just because I'm reading it. Mav, Silent Hill F. Yes, that's 7 horror games, not 6. 7 horror games named right off the top of my head that are coming out within 6 or 7 months. Presumably, I don't know when Hellraiser's coming out. But Halloween is and Halloween is 2026. They did say that, but it was announced as well. So I mean, like, this is a great time to be a horror fan, man. Great time. And me, I am a monster, no pun intended, huge monster horror fan. Love horror. Love the games, love movies, love books, love TV shows. Anything to do with horror, I always love that stuff, even since I was a little kid. I remember the first time I watched, like, not Friday the 13th. The first one I watched was Nightmare on Elm Street. I was 9 years old. And I was just like, yes, this is it. Oh, and Iron Storm is still awake, by the way. We got to commend this guy. It's got to be like almost 4:30 in the morning. He's saying, Mag, and they are making a sequel to Alien Isolation. Holy shit, dude. I didn't even know that. Did they show that at Gamescom? Did I miss that? Because they did a lot of announcements, man. Shinobi. There's another one I forgot to talk about. Shinobi. There's another one. Well, Ninja Gaiden, we talked about that earlier. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff, man. I think that Gamescom has been a hit. For me, personally, it's been a hit. Like I said, if you could cut through the fluff and cut through the bullshit and cut through the key when Keeley does his his mobile games bullshit and this and that or whatever, another little anime games and whatever. You could cut through all that crap and you get to actually what they were showing at the show. I think it's been a huge hit. It actually might be one of the best, one of the better Gamescoms I've actually witnessed when it comes to like announcing software and hardware. I think it's been a wonderful year for Gamescom. Yeah, Mav, gave you nightmares. Dude, Freddy still gives me nightmares sometimes. But Michael Myers takes the cake for me. Michael Myers has always been the one that scares the shit out of me more than anything. You know why? Because he doesn't fucking say anything. I mean, either does Jason, but like Jason's a fucking, You could see the guy from 100 yards away coming out of the lake. You could be like, oh, there comes a guy lumbering slowly at me. I'm just going to get in my car and drive away because by the time he comes on the shore, I'll be 2 towns over. Like, where the fuck you going, Jason, at that speed? You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Steel Factor saying Indiana Jones DLC looks like it has a bit of horror to it. I'm going to have to rewatch that. I'm going to rewatch that actually as soon as I'm done the show before I get ready for bed. Yes, exactly. John Carpenter, 78 Inc. Hey, what's up, buddy? I meant to say hi to you earlier. And he's saying, yeah, John Carpenter working on the game. We should expect a good story. Yes, we should. John Carpenter is a terrible director, but he writes great stories. And he knows how to produce a film. But damn it, he's not very good. Yeah, Michael Myers is not that much faster, but Michael Myers can move if he needs to. He can move if he needs to. If you actually watched Halloween Kills. Yo, Rob, what's up, dude? Thank you for joining us. Well, I'm basically just wrapping it up now because we've been talking Gamescom and other stuff coming up for the last 2 hours. So it's been exciting, been fun show. Been really enjoying myself. And of course, we had Ion Storm as a guest earlier on the show. He's one of the magnificent maggots. He's a channel member. So I offered anybody who has a mic and a pair of headphones and a camera and they want to talk to me, I'll give you a shot to my channel members. You can get right on here and just yip yap and whatever else. We can talk games and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of fun, man. Like I said, it's putting a spotlight on the community. That's what we're here. That's what it's all about, you know? But anyways, yeah, Michael Myers can power walk. He certainly can. Anyways, as I was saying, if you watch Halloween Kills, which by the way, I love that trilogy. That trilogy that they did, the 2018 Halloween and of course Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, fantastic. I mean, the first 2 were the best, obviously. The third one was a little divisive, but the second one, when they did the flashback to 1977 or 79, 79 or 77, I think it was 77. I can't remember. And at one point, he just kind of went in there and he's got like the cop around the neck, and then he like kills the cop, and then he runs, and that scared the shit out of me. I'm like, because I've never seen Michael Myers run, and he like ran off screen. I'm like, oh, it like freaked me right out. So he has the ability to run, but the other thing that Michael Myers has is that he's able to hide. He can like be in your house walking around, and he could be in your closet. He might be behind the door. He might be over here. He might be over there. And it's just because he's basically like fucking Solid Snake. He's like Metal Gear Solid, just with a mask on and a giant knife. That's basically it. You know what I mean? So like that's the thing with Michael Myers. He's like, he could be anywhere, and that's why he's so scary. Right? That was a thing I liked about it. Hey, we got Rhino sending a gifted gift. Oh my God, I can't even speak. A gifted membership. Thank you, Rhino, so much. And Johnny T is the lucky recipient of being a maggot. Thank you very much, Johnny T. You are now part of the Legion of Mag. Welcome to the Legion of Mag, and welcome to the channel. And of course, get down and give me 20, maggot. You are now a maggot. Thank you so much, Rhino. I can't thank you enough for supporting this channel. This is the best way that you can help support me and to keep this going and to keep this channel growing and getting bigger and doing more. And hey, listen, over time, it's just going to keep getting better and better. What do you think I'm doing? I'm going to be doing more of those cooking shows. I'm going to be doing all kinds of great stuff on this channel. So yeah, man, thank you, Rhino. I really appreciate it. He says, got to keep those maggots coming in. Yes, I do appreciate every single person who helps out the channel. And of course, all of you just watching the channel, hit the like button. That supports me just as much, man. Just as much. Hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm, helps with all that kind of stuff. I don't have to give you the whole spiel. You hear that from every YouTuber on the planet. You already know what you got to do. Just go do it. Or don't. Hit the likes down. You'd be like, Mag's a fucking fraud. Hit the downplay. Go do that too. I'm all for it. Either way. All right, guys. Yeah, Valorian, thank you very much. I love that. That's basically the from Metal Gear. Exactly. That's how Michael Myers comes at you. So I'm interested to see what that game is going to be like in terms of first play. What is it like? Who you playing? If it's a single player story, are you just going to be like, kind of like Michael Myers is going to be like, what the hell is that guy from, what's her name? Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village, where you're like walking around and she's like, you know what I mean? Like lumbering around, chasing after you room to room, and you got to keep hiding from her or whatever. And it might be the same that, or in Resident Evil 2 Remake, again, when they had what was that guy? X, whatever the hell it is, Weapon X, the dude with the hat walking around, and like scare the shit out of you, and like you hide from it, and all of a sudden you hear his footsteps in the room above you, and you're like, oh my God, the son of a bitch is still looking for me. You hear him opening doors and stuff like that. maybe you're that. Maybe you're like a damsel in distress. Maybe you're, some dude or whatever. And you're like, holy shit, I'm trying to get away from this guy. And Michael Myers just keeps popping up like all over the place in a single player story. Dude, I'm all in, man. That's awesome. I hope that's good. Yeah, Mr. X. Sorry, Mr. X. Thank you, guys. Thank you, folks. Yeah, that's the name. Yeah, I love that. I'm in 100%. And of course, Nemesis in Resident Evil 3. That's right. Same vibe, right? Same idea. So that Halloween game that showed at Gamescom could really be hot. I mean, I wasn't too sure about the graphics. The graphics didn't look that great, but it kind of looked like Fortnite-ish. You know what I mean? Like with the sort of like the characters moved very rubbery. Does that make any sense? Kind of how it felt like to me, but doesn't matter. Anyway, either way, I thought it looked. The presentation looked great. But either way, this Gamescom has been very impressive to me so far. But either way, I would imagine at some point next week on XNC, Colt and I are going to break down the entire show because by then the show will be over, and then all the dust will be settled by that point. And then Colt and I could talk about it for a few hours, and we're going to talk about the show. But either way, I'm signing off, ladies and gentlemen. I have to get ready for work in just a mere 6.5 hours. I got to get back to work. So. Yeah, that's right. Jack in Resident Evil 7 was unsettling, hunting you down. Same vibe. So maybe this is what they're going to do with Michael Myers. But anyways, I'm going to be signing off, ladies and gentlemen. MAGGCast is over for this week. We will be back to our normal Tuesday night for MAGGCast. We only did it tonight because I was away on the Tuesday out of town, so I couldn't be here. But either way, MAGGCast will be back next Tuesday night. I'm sure I'll drop another video or two before the weekend is over. I will be live streaming again this week. We're going to be playing Mafia: The Old Country. I'll see if I can finish that game for you guys this week. And then next week we'll get into, I'll see if I can finish Silent Hill 2 before we get into those multiplayer gems of Gears of War and Helldivers. But anyways, thank you guys all for the support. I really, really appreciate it. And everybody who gifted channel members tonight, every single one of you that was out there, Dave Messer, Grandpa Barbecue, Game Cat, Rhino, we had Danny Passion Official out there as well. All of you guys, every single one of you. Did I mention Rhino? I think I mentioned Rhino. But even every single one of you guys that gifted memberships tonight to the channel, it all is appreciated, and it all helps out. And yeah, it's amazing. Oh, and RT Reviews. Sorry, I forgot about it. Sorry, RT Reviews. Yes, and RT Reviews becoming a magnificent maggot as well. So I really appreciate that as well. I almost forgot you, dude. Sorry about that. But anyways, yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys all. So anyways, we'll talk during the week. Hit me up anytime you have any other questions or anything. Yeah, come hit me up anytime. No, they do not. Yes, they count as subs as well, 78 Inc. Yes, they do. So yes. Anyways, all right, guys. Everybody, thank you. Have a wonderful night. Stay magnificent. We'll talk to you guys all real soon. MAGGCast is out.